Hello, everybody. We're live in that. Captain's here. Oh. Hey, hey, Captain. You hear me? Where's that? Oh, so wrong link, genius. No, it's the right link. Look, you're on. Why are you talking? This, oh, fuck off. Let's see. We're in the fucking studio. Kick me out. What the fuck? Just it. Oh shit, there's two of me now. Captain! Oh, this one. Captain, say something.
Something.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm confused. So this is a dead stream, but what are you, Lazarus or something?
Yeah, I forgot to say it. I got up to my usage, and so I'm having to do the stream. Streamlabs, should I say?
Crumbs. Okay, that explains. Well, here we are then. Anyway, okay, well, now it makes sense. By the way, I told Jedi Master that we're on. You can send him a link if you want, but apparently...
What? This one, it was all for you. This one is your rant, because that's what it's set up for. Because usually...
All right.
Yeah, usually... this time I'm out, but because like it said it's gonna rain, and so yeah, I don't think it's gonna rain.
Yeah, this is very early. Luckily, I've got insomnia.
Yeah, you were saying, you're like said you're up 24/7.
I mean, yeah, not full insomnia. I had 3.5 hours sleep. I guess that's something. I'm already on my second coffee. Yeah.
Talking about a drink, I'll have to get myself a fucking strawberry milkshake. Yeah, I ain't got no alcohol.
Strawberry milkshake, eh?
Yeah, no alcohol this
time.
time.
Yeah, are you sober? No.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was fucking out early today busking, because I usually go busking on the night time, but it said the weather forecast that it's going to start raining and that, but it hasn't really started raining that bad. Oh, yeah.
Been chucking it down here.
I know. Yeah, one of them ways probably ain't even going to rain, but because it said it looked like it was going to rain, I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll go early in the day, do some bus.
Well done. Oh, and a happy 4th of July as well. Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, born on the 4th of July.
Indeed. What, were you born on the 4th of July?
No, I won't. Tom Cruise.
Happy birthday. Oh, okay.
No, Tom
Cruise. I never saw that film. Looked very boring. Looked boring and depressing. Bad combo.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise in a wheelchair, not really, complaining about stuff.
Oh, it got even worse for him. He's in that wheelchair because he had his his cock shot off.
What?
Yeah, normal
That's the Vietnam
dude.
War, folks.
Yeah, he was a normal dude sort of thing. But when he comes back, he's a paraplegic with fucking his knob shot off, and so like he's going through a bit of depression.
Paraplegic.
Oh, paraplegic. Yeah, he's a paraplegic with his cock shot off or his balls. I think it's his cock. What? It's one of them where he's not able to use his
Wow. No cock and no balls. Did they get Scotty as a script consultant?
Yeah. I think it was probably mostly based on Scotty's life. Cause you won't think he'd gone to
By the
Vietnam,
way,
Scotty.
your voice is fake. Your
What?
voice is fading in and out, Jens. I don't know if it's your internet or mine. Probably yours.
Yeah,
Because I'm
because
perfect.
oh well, what it is I fucking using StreamYard labs and that, and so he's having to run Stream Labs and StreamYards at the same time.
We need to get Jens monetized so he can get a proper. Because that StreamYards, they charge like a rabid bull, don't they?
Yeah, it's one of them where with Streamlabs, if you know what you're doing and you've got a decent enough fucking laptop or PC, because there's no way, yeah, you can run it off your phone, but there's no way you would be able to run it off your phone the way I'm doing it. Because it's more for doing single streams, by yourself and talking to the chat. That's where it's, that's where it's like,
Stream elements. It's just a nightmare. You can say everything about it is just shite.
yeah. And so when you want to talk to someone, you need a Discord or something where I use the Stream Yard link, an old Stream Yard link, and so I'm just basically um, streaming.
That's what threw me.
Yeah. It's like if you had an old Stream Yard like link in that you're on, like we're on now. It's just one of the things where now I'm just streaming us on that old link, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, now I'm here, I do. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I guess it will have to do.
Yeah, I still can show shit and all that.
Any port in a storm, beggars can't be choosers, and so on and so forth. Over.
Yeah, as I say, it should be all right.
Better. Some fresh air in.
The only thing I've got to watch out for.
Right, well, let me know when you want me to start renting.
Yeah. I'm just got to watch out for the fucking battery. Yeah, because like fucking that fucker. Because if streaming,
you've still got battery issues, have you?
Yeah. Where's the battery pack? It fucking has trouble recognising it's plugged in, and so you have to plug it in like 2 or 3 times before it's like, oh yeah, shit, yeah. Look, there's the power fucking source. Yeah, and so like because with stream yards, if you fuck off in that, it'll keep going. But with but with Streamlabs, if your connection fucking goes, your stream stops because you're the one that's producing the stream instead of like StreamYard's producing the stream. So if you get kicked off, StreamYard's still where with this. I'm producing the stream. So if I get kicked off, then there's no streaming.
Oh dear. How many days before your StreamYards refreshes and you've got full access to it again?
Oh yeah, next week sort of thing.
Next week should be right.
My next calling out soy-haired bitch is like, yeah, I should be all right.
Alrighty then. All right. Well, I've got to call out some
Yeah,
online bullshitting YouTube tourists that don't know what they're talking about and think that their audience is as dumb as they are.
yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I saw
All
him.
right, well, I'll fire into the first one. I've got tweets, by the way. We can do a G12, but actually, probably best not to with the issues that you're having. But yeah, I'd like to shout out and call out Troy Pacelli, another drunk bullshitting moron on YouTube. Give an idiot a microphone and a gin and tonic, or whatever the fuck he's drinking this week, and he's going to start spouting all kinds of incomprehensible nonsense bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't think it's all that good shit. I'm trying to share this.
And
Like,
this week is no exception. He gets it wrong again. He's talking about reboots. He was talking specifically about a rumor. There's a rumor, Jens,
oh yeah.
that Lucasfilm are going to reboot Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, we
Just a rumor.
fucking yeah, with Pascal.
Is that right? Pedro Pascal as
Well,
Indiana Jones, or is he going to be
well,
playing Marion Ravenwoods?
like one of them where he's getting all the roles, isn't he, lately? So it's just probably one of them names that came up because it's like, oh yeah, well he's sort of like getting most of the roles.
Well, that's definitely not going to work. If anyone's going to play Indiana Jones or Han Solo, it should be Anthony Ingruber. He's a spitter for Harrison Ford. In fact, he was already in a movie with Harrison Ford, playing a younger version of the Harrison Ford character. More Ford than Ford is his motto.
Yeah.
He should have played. Yeah, if they got Anthony Ingruber to play Han Solo in Solo, then it would have been a complete piece of shit failure at the box office, like it was.
I don't know about that. That was so. It was so shit. Like, I don't think anything could have saved it. Well, the storyline. The thing with the storyline that fucked up is
Who knows?
they
Well,
cocked him out. They cocked him out like a little bitch. But apparently, there was supposed to like do
yeah.
a second or a third fucking film where they'd have made him more fucking masculine. But when you're doing a fucking solo, Han Solo or Han Solo,
Han, Han, Han.
Hands
They call
Han,
him Han.
yeah. You don't want him being a fucking little bitch, and they did. They made him into a little bitch because, like,
Basically.
yeah,
Well, yeah, you're right there, Jens. Bad actor, bad script, bad director. Well, they fired the directors. 3 directors in one movie. Lord and Miller got fired.
oh
So
yeah,
they got Richie Cunningham to
yeah,
redo
yeah,
the entire movie. No wonder it cost them so much.
yeah. Well, I think there was one of them where Kathleen Kennedy got involved because I think the script would have been like
Yeah.
pretty half decent, but then Kathleen Kennedy got involved and she was like, "Hey, look, we don't want Han Solo being masculine. Now get him fucking cocked at the end of his film."
Something like that. They apparently were going off script, but she didn't bother looking at what they did, Lord and Miller, until about 60% of the way through the movie. That's why it was so expensive. They basically filmed 1.5 movies. Ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as I say, I'm sure like the film must have been pretty good because then Kathleen Kennedy, because when we first heard, Kathleen Kennedy, actually, you're thinking, well, it must have been shit. But when you're thinking, Kathleen Kennedy, her fucking agenda is to make shit, it's like, well, it must have been good. And then she's like, oh, no, it's so good.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, well,
But
like, there was a few occasions she's done that, and one of them was Boba Fett, because she was wanting them fucking
we are going way off
rainbow
topic,
moped fucking gang. She was the one that
yeah,
wanted that
great.
shit.
Well, there was a hot brunette in the group, so she was all right. But anyway, the point is that was a prequel. The Han Solo movie was not a reboot; it was a prequel. It was part of the same Han
Yeah,
Solo Harrison Ford continuity. So on this topic, the point is that with Indiana Jones, if they take a new actor, they're going to start again. So it's going to be a reboot, and this
yeah.
is the topic I'm getting onto, because if anyone likes to split hairs on YouTube, it's me. But if there isn't that's if there's a hair to split. If there's no hair to split, it's pointless. And this YouTube drunken moron, Troy Pacelli, was making a false distinction between a reboot and a full reboot. There's no difference. A full
Mm.
reboot is a reboot. There's no difference, Troy. Stop bullshitting.
I
So
think, I
if
think,
they start again with a new actor and a new continuity, that's not a full reboot. It's just a reboot, and that's the rumor that Indiana Jones is going to have a reboot. Where with Han Solo or Han Solo, it wasn't a reboot; it was a prequel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I heard maybe the going down the Bond reboot, sort of where they reboot it with the actor, but they'll still keep the past of Indiana Jones, if you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
that's not a reboot. That's great that
Oh,
you brought that up. An
yeah.
amazing coincidence, or you were reading my tweet, because indeed, James Bond is the example that I went to. And to
Right.
continue reading from my own tweet on the subject, if you change the actor but keep the continuity, that's not a reboot. E.g.,
Hmm.
that's for example, James Bond, Connery, and more, and of course Lazenby. That's not a
Yeah, yeah.
reboot. That is not a reboot.
No,
Changing the
no.
actor is not a reboot.
No, no, but just with changing, like with the Batman and all, where the Batman was supposed to be the same Batman played
Well,
by.
let's just stay on James.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
just hold your
yeah,
horses
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Let's stay
Well, it's
on
not like a
James Bond for a
reboot,
minute.
but it's a bit of a reboot with the actor, if you know what I mean.
No, it's not a reboot at all. That's what I'm here.
No,
I'm
no,
here to stop
no, no.
YouTubers bullshitting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's if you change the actor and keep the continuity, that's not a reboot at all. That's just changing the actor, which happens all the time. So
Hmm.
indeed, switching from Connery to Lazenby, back to Connery for Diamonds Are Forever, and then to more is it's not remotely a reboot. It's just changing the actor. That's what I mean. That's the whole point of today's show, is to stop this idea that changing the actor is a reboot. It isn't. If the
No.
continuity is the same, it's not even a soft
Hmm.
reboot. If you change the actor but keep the continuity, it is not a reboot. James Bond only got rebooted with Daniel Craig David.
Hmm.
Now that was a reboot. And something that we touched upon, I found a video for, so I've got a link in my Twitter,
Well, there was
because
a little bit of
Dame Judy. No,
yeah. There
still
was.
talking, Jens.
Well, I was gonna
No,
say
still talking.
there was a little
No,
bit of a
still
soft
talking.
reboot.
No, Jens, I'm still talking, so shut the fuck up, cunt. Dame Judy Dench plays two different characters called M, because it is a reboot. So changing the actor and the continuity, that's a reboot. And keeping the same actor to play the same or a different M is very confusing. But that's what happened, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
Well,
someone else has
that's what I
been
was
talking.
saying. There was a little bit of a soft reboot with the Pierce Brosnan Bonds, because then Dame Judy Dench became M, but she
It's not
was,
a reboot.
well.
They had three
It was
different actors playing
yeah,
Philip
yeah. Well, it was
Leiter.
no, because yeah, yeah. But the actor M though, because it was a female M, it wasn't. They explained it as in she had replaced the male M that we all know.
Yeah, she played a different person. Now
Yeah.
you're taking
So
things further because M is a code name. That wasn't a reboot. That wasn't remotely a
no,
reboot.
it was a little bit of a reboot because then M,
No, it wasn't.
yeah,
No, it wasn't a
because then
reboot.
M is a
No, it
woman.
wasn't. But you're full of shit too. It wasn't a reboot.
No, I said it was a little bit of a reboot,
No, it
as
wasn't
in like the
remotely a reboot.
rebooted M, as in they made him
No, they
a
didn't.
woman.
No, because M is a code name, so it's just a different person.
Yeah, but with Ian Fleming's M, it was always a man. So the
Yeah, well,
slightly
that's transmedia canonical verisimilitude. Still not a reboot.
no, but even in the films, he was still a man.
Yeah, but he didn't have a sex change. It wasn't the same M. She played a different human being,
No,
a
no, that's
different
what I'm
character
saying.
with
It
the
was
same code name.
yeah, but it was a bit of a like reboot as in they changed the
It's not a reboot. There's a different character.
character. Yeah, and so it's a bit of a, it's a bit like when
There's a different
fucking
character. She played a different person who took the code name M.
yeah, but they did a
Not a
bit of a
reboot.
well, if it was a slight reboot because if it hadn't
No,
been
it
a slight
wasn't.
reboot, it would have been a
No,
dude
it wasn't.
playing
You're
him.
full of shit. I thought this was my rant. You keep interrupting my rant. It's not a reboot.
But I'm saying it's a slight reboot.
Yeah, I heard you the third time, and you're fucking wrong. You're full of shit.
Uh,
Just like Troy Picelli. You're clueless. You don't know
I
what you're
say it's a
talking
different
about.
M. It's a different M.
Yeah, it was a different M. It was a different person. She played a woman taking the code name of M.
Yeah. So it's slightly rebooted it.
No, it wasn't a reboot.
You changed the character.
It wasn't a reboot.
Well, if fucking you did a fucking Lord of the Rings and Gandalf was a woman, it'd be a bit of a reboot there, wouldn't it?
Not if it was a different person taking a code name. M is a code name. She wasn't playing the same person.
Oh no, that's yeah, but they made it like that, but they changed M. They didn't have to change M into a female. They only did that so fucking because Bond was always getting loads of shit for fucking making female like characters like Totty, and so they wanted more brainy females. So they thought, oh yeah, we'll get M as a female.
Reboot. It was only James Bond was not rebooted until Daniel Craig David came on board.
Well, that was a full reboot.
That's what. Again, you're not listening, are you? I fucking told you. There's no such thing as a full reboot.
Yeah.
There's just reboot. This is the whole point of today's rant. Is saying that any YouTuber that uses the term full reboot is full of shit. So now you're full of shit. If you're going to interrupt my rant and disagree with it, then why am I even here? Now we need a third person.
You can have your say.
To be
If you
judged.
want
You keep doing this. You're talking over me. This
it's your opinion. It's your opinion. It's your rant. Just that on this occasion, I'm just saying.
Well, don't, because you're interrupting me. There's no
like
point doing a
slightly
show
reboots.
called Captain's Rant if you're going to talk over me. You might as well wrap it up and go home. This is a fucking nightmare. There's no point carrying on. I need someone else here, like Jedi Master or DVB, to argue the toss. It's not called Captain's Debate, is it? There's no such thing as a full reboot. There's just reboots. Now, if you want to tell me what a soft reboot is, that's a different story. But the point is that James Bond was not rebooted until Daniel Craig David.
Yeah. But as I say, it had a little bit of a soft reboot. It had a little soft reboot with M getting changed.
You're saying the same thing again and again and again.
No, well, it did. It did. It did.
Again and again, aren't you?
Well, it did.
You're like a wind-up toy.
Well, you changed the main character, and M is a main character. You have M, Miss Moneypenny, Q, and Bond, and Felix Leiter. They're like your 5 main characters that like was always in the film
Well, then explain to me why they not only changed the actor for Felix Leiter 3
I
times,
know,
but they
yeah.
also changed. No, talking over me, Jens. If you're going to talk over me, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, I said fucking things like it went black.
Right. So if they changed his ethnicity, but it still wasn't a reboot, was it?
Yeah, well, because like with Bond, they had an actor playing a good guy. He played a bad guy at first in the Timothy Dalton ones, and then he's playing a good guy, a CIA agent in the Pierce Brosnan ones. Bit mad. You could
I
just
mean, if you want to go
fucking
down this rabbit hole, James Bond, like Indiana Jones movies, they're guilty of having multiple actors play the same role, like James Bond or Felix Leiter, but they're also guilty of having the same actor play different roles. So you've got different actors
mm,
playing the same role, and you've got the same actors playing a different role. For
yeah,
example, Blofeld. One
yeah,
of the actors playing Blofeld was a
oh yeah,
completely different character.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
if he figured though,
very
didn't he?
confusing, isn't it?
No, but
Bad casting.
yeah, in that though, in the film, he claims that he had plastic surgery to make him look like that, so he'd piss Bond off or something like that.
Yeah, but that's different actors playing the same
Yeah,
role.
yeah.
But what
Oh,
about the
yeah,
fact?
that was
Yeah,
just like a
yeah, I
fucking
fucking told
plot.
you. Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it was like a plot line on
Jens.
it to get. Oh yeah, well that's why I had the same actors. Well, he's not the same actor.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
but
it's not the
Jens,
same
you got the
person.
same actor. You
Yeah,
got the
not the
same
same
actor
person.
playing a different role. Explain that.
Yeah,
Explain. Explain that.
yeah. Well, it's been going 60 years on it.
Well, no, if you're saying there's a canonical explanation for three different actors playing Blofeld, explain to me why the character, one of the actors playing Blofeld, played a completely different role, which means you got two people with the same face. Did he have plastic surgery as well?
No, Blofeld says they always say why Blofeld looks different is because he's gone under plastic surgery for like reasons
Yeah,
to
that's
change his
different
identity.
actors
Yeah,
playing the same role. I'm saying
yeah.
the same actor playing different roles. One of the actors playing Blofeld played a different character. Explain that, Jens.
Oh yeah. Well, in that they said that Blofeld modelled himself over the actor or the person who is in the other films. So it apparently is not the dude because the dude dies, I think. But the thing is, gets a plastic surgeon to make him look exactly like him. Bit like Knight Rider with fucking Michael Knight and Garth Knight.
Doesn't make any sense. It just ruins verisimilitude, doesn't it?
Well, the Bond films, fuck, as I said, they've been going for 60 years and that they do get a
That's
bit
no
fucking.
excuse. How's that
No.
possibly an
Well,
excuse?
more time you got, more time you got to make mistakes, isn't it?
Well, can't they just get different actors?
You know something?
Charles Gray. Charles Gray played Blofeld, but he also played another character.
Yeah. Well, you know something? With the Bond films, it was a quite tightly knit sort of like fucking cast because they didn't like fucking casting actors that they didn't know would let it down or out or fucking because when they was filming Bond films, you had to be like because as you know, George Lazenby got sacked. Well, he left in
No,
that
he
because
quit. He
yeah
didn't get
because
sacked. He quit.
not yet because it was giving him shit because he wasn't shaving when he was going to premieres, and that was the thing with Bond. It was like Roger Moore. He knew because every time he went on, but Roger Moore was just acting like Roger Moore though, so it was quite easy for him to act like Bond. But every time he was going on press tours and everything, he would always act like James Bond and that. Make sure he'd like be suave and sophisticated. Where just because George Lazenby wouldn't shave his fucking... And it was one of them where, to be fair to George, it's like, well, I shaved when I was fucking on screen playing James Bond. Why don't I shave now? But Broccoli's, there was like, hey, look, if you're going to be James Bond, we want to see you looking like James Bond when you're at these fucking press fucking meetings and tours and fucking screenings and that. And because he didn't, as you know, he fucks off because he was like, no, I don't want to fucking do that sort of shit.
Anyway, going back to Charles Gray. So have you seen Diamonds Are Forever? Right.
Diamonds are
Who's the
forever.
villain in Diamond? Who's the villain in Diamonds Are Forever?
I'm
Give you a
thinking of...
clue. Begins with B, ends with Lowfeld.
Oh, yeah, because I was thinking of Mr... oh, was it?
Well, no one cares what you were thinking of. Answer
Mr. Whip
question.
and Mr. fucking Tip or whatever they're called.
Nobody cares. Okay, it was Blofeld. Who plays Blofeld in Diamonds Are Forever?
I forget his name, but he's like the one with the fucking...
Charles Gray.
Yeah, Charles Gray. He's
right.
The one with the
Have you ever seen You Only Live Twice?
Yeah, I've seen them all, haven't I?
Well, I'm not sure from the way you talk. Right. Well, did you know that Charles Gray was in You Only Live Twice, playing a completely different character called Dicko Henderson?
Yeah, probably. But that's one thing.
So that's what I'm talking about. Not
yeah,
only.
I said there's been a few. There's been a few.
You're interrupting me, and I'm going to leave. Okay, I'm talking. Shut the fuck up. So not only have you got at least 3 actors, Donald Pleasance, Telly Savalas, and Charles Gray, all playing Blofeld, 3 actors playing 1 character, you've also got 1 actor playing multiple characters. So if you're saying there's an in-canon explanation for Blofeld having 3 different faces, which is bollocks, by the way, because they never use that to explain James Bond having different faces, do they? He never had reconstructive surgery on his face. Explain then why Blofeld and character Dicko Henderson both look exactly like Charles Gray. Make it make sense, Jens.
Well, there was a lot of fucking getting actors to fucking sign on for certain roles and that. And so, yeah, if they couldn't get the actor, because these parts, there wasn't a part 2, was there? There was like part 4 or something down the line where the actor that originally played them and that, they're like, oh no, we're doing something else and that. That's what happens when you don't fucking put your actors into contracts. Make them
it's a fucking shit show, isn't it? This is why it's a problem when they change the actor. Having more than 1 actor play the same character gets confusing. And having the same actor play more than 1 character is also confusing. And doing both in the same franchise is fucking stupid. But that's not today's topic.
Well, that's how good the Bond films are. Fucking, there's so much fucking...
shit because of what I just said.
No, it's good because there's so much fucking guns, girls and fucking martinis and fast cars that no one gives a fuck.
No, I give a fuck.
Yeah, well.
Because then you've got also the next James Bond appearance. You also had Blofeld, who wasn't Blofeld for legal reasons, wasn't he? And For Your Eyes Only.
Oh yeah.
Where you saw the back of him.
Yeah, where the fucking...
That was yet another actor.
Yeah, they definitely fucking made it look like Blofeld by him having a cat and bald head. But, as you say...
But for legal reasons.
Yeah, they couldn't say. And so they just give the audience the, like, presumption of, yeah, that is Blofeld. Because why is... Oh, no... Why would a bald-headed fucking old dude with a cat fucking want to kill James Bond unless it was Blofeld? So yeah, the people was left to be like, oh yeah, that's Blofeld, even though they never said it was because they couldn't.
So, so never say never again. Blofeld's in there because they owned the contract, the rights to him. He was played by Max von Sydow, wasn't he?
I don't know because like you never see his face, but you're every no,
Pay
Mr. Bond.
attention. No, you do. You do see his face and never say
Uh,
never again.
all
How
right.
drunk are you?
Well, no, not all that drunk, but fucking a bit tired though. No, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
no,
of.
you do see his face in Never Say Never Again. He's
Oh
clearly
yeah, yeah.
played by
I
Max
was
von
thinking of
Sydow.
the Roger Moore one. Well, we're
Yeah,
fucking
well, I was talking about
we
the
are
Sean
as
Connery
only
one. See,
whatever.
when I say words, you're meant to listen to them.
No,
You're
but
just talking over me like the fucking rude cunt that you are.
the funny bit though, where fucking Blofeld he gets picked up
Why am I even here, folks? That's the
on the
question.
helicopter, and he's like, "No, Mister Bond, I was only joking." This shit. Right? You
Have
tried to
you ever
kill him.
seen Never Say Never Again?
Yeah.
Right, Blofeld's in that, isn't he?
But we never say never. It's not an official broccoli bond. So
Yeah, but it does have the official Blofeld because they had the rights to it. That was the whole point.
yeah. Well, fucking yeah. That's how the get like fucking other actors to play different parts when they don't have the rights and that. Yeah. So okay, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they
One of
get
them
different
where
actors
got
to play
split
the
up.
part when they do have the rights. It's a
Yeah,
mess.
but I know how did it get split up? Like because the Bond franchise done by Ian Fleming was quite popular. That people did want parts of it and that, and so any part they could get, yeah, they'd buy into it.
Well, it all happened because Ian Fleming co-wrote a film script with another
Mm,
writer, and that's where the rights got split.
mm. Thunderbolt, yeah,
Thunderbolt, Thunderball,
yeah, Thunderbolt ball.
and then of course you had Blofeld coming back again in the Craig David era, which is a reboot because then they retcon
Mm.
Blofeld to be James Bond's fucking brother.
Yeah, fuck what? Cuckoo, Mr. Bond, cuckoo. I fucking this is gone cuckoo. Yeah, see, we're still
Anyway,
streaming. Yep, yeah.
so basically, James Bond's been rebooted once, and that was in the Daniel Craig David era. That's a reboot. None of the
Mm.
others are reboots.
No, all the others, including the Never Say Never, is the original Bond, even though
Correct.
the Never Say Never was not an official James Bond because it's not in the broccoli sort of thing.
Well, they released it, so kind of official. I mean, it's
But
not part of the. It's not in the
no,
new box set, is it?
no. That's why it's the one of the most expensive Bond films you can buy because the rest of the other Bond films are quite cheap because they're always coming in fucking bundles and that.
Not
But
the new 4K box set. That's about $300 fucking dollars over here
yeah, well, yeah, I know,
for the
and
4Ks. But
yeah,
it's only got 6 films, not 7.
it's $400.
3. Yeah, including postage.
Oh right, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. But never
Without
say
postage, it's a tenner.
yeah. But never say never because it was never an official Bond film. It never got put in any of the fucking box sets, so it
Correct.
was fucking rare. I've got it like because but I had to pay because
Well,
usually
it is a Bond film. It's got Sean Connery. The character's
oh
called
yeah
James
yeah
Bond. It was released in the cinema.
well oh yeah like most of the Bond films I got on DVD I'd pay like between £1 or £2 for them depending if there was like fucking double like CDs and that.
007.
No, double CDs. You know where you got like
2 discs.
yeah, two disc sets sort of thing. Yeah. But like
be quite a good opportunity for the packaging. You have 2 O's for the made by the CDs. Stick a 7 on for the third flat.
Yeah. I think they have done that on the box on one of the box sets and that. But yeah, but we never say never. I think it cost me something like £6 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's 2 canonical Bonds, in spite of the how many actors have played him? Well, it depends if you include David Niven and Peter Sellers, doesn't it?
I'm
Or
not
indeed his
American.
first on-screen appearance, he was Jimmy Bond, played by some obscure American in a
Yeah.
black and white American TV
Yep.
show.
In Casino Royale, 1953.
3,
Yeah,
5,
3 or yeah.
7, something like that. No, the first
Yeah,
one was 53. Yeah,
1950s.
there you go.
Because
So that's not official canon, but it was an official screen appearance at the time.
yeah. Well, it's one of them where the dude, I forget his name, Bates, something I think he was called, but he is one of the James Bond actors. But it's just like he was an American James Bond, and so that gets like well fucking forgotten about because it
Well, under
based.
the theory of issue obfuscation, the David Niven Bond, he played James Bond, but in that story, they turned James Bond into a code name. So there was a bunch of people, there's like 7 James Bonds running around, but only one of them, David Niven, was the original James Bond. So Peter Sellers was playing a different
Yeah,
character who wasn't called James Bond, but was
yeah,
taking James Bond as basically a code name,
yeah.
just to make it even more confusing.
Yeah, because in Casino Royale, the David Niven like spoof one.
With cheese.
Yeah, um, Peter Sellers is called something else, like fucking I don't know,
Scotty
fucking
R37 or something.
Mac.
Scotty R3007.
Yeah, it's called something else because he's a baccarat player, and that's why
Yeah,
they
because they
need him.
changed it to poker in the Daniel Craig David one, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, it's originally
Because of Lady
baccarat.
Gaga.
Yeah, well, Baccarat was the original one, but because like it's not all that
In the book,
fucking
correct.
popular of a game, yeah. But
Transmedia canonical verisimilitude.
yeah, but in the like film Casino Royale, the David Niven one,
With cheese.
Peter Sellers is a Baccarat sort of expert, and so that's why they want him to be James Bond because he's the best Baccarat player they can get.
Unfortunately, he was no good at driving, shooting, or fucking.
Yeah, although he could punch. Because it's that bit
No,
where
he
it's
could drink
corny.
a punch.
Well, it's
Or he
corny
could
as
punch
fuck.
birds.
No, he punches at
Oh, that's John Lennon.
no, he goes to like
Oh,
the
that's
French.
P. Diddy.
Yeah, yeah. Peter Sellers in Casino Royale, he goes to like the French airport because he's going to Paris and that. And as he's checking in, he like checks in and then just punches the fucking like.
Well, flying was a lot more fun back in those days. You
No,
could
but
smoke on the plane and everything.
no, it wasn't even the flight attendant. It was like the flight fucking
Pilot?
no, well, check in. It was where the flight check-in sort of like department was. And he just punches someone out.
Oh, could you not
It's
get a
real
smoking
funny.
seat or something?
No, it's real funny because it's a spoof and that. So he punches him right through this like fucking door or something, right? And then they say to like Peter Sellers, "What the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be undercover and that." And he says something like, "Oh, well, I had to make an entrance or something like that."
Indeed.
When he does it, it's well out of character because the last thing you're gonna do if you're a secret agent is lay out the fucking
The check-in desk.
yeah, one of the dudes at the check-in desk. Yeah, it's like fucking.
But even Roger Moore brought up the fact how ridiculous it was that James Bond's a secret agent, but halfway through his career, every cunt's heard of him, so he's hardly a secret. I mean, it even happens in one of the movies, doesn't it? You've just killed James Bond.
Yeah, best well-known secret agent. Well, that was the thing with James Bond. Is he is supposed to be larger than life, as in he don't give a fuck.
He's a well-known secret agent, an oxymoron if ever I heard one.
Yeah, well, that was because Ian Fleming took inspiration from this French detective dude who he would go into like places and that, and they'd know he was because he'd tell them that he was the detective and that shit.
I'm
Instead
a
of
secret agent.
yeah, instead of trying to do detective work, his detective work, like with James Bond, would be just chucking himself in the middle of it and seeing what the fuck happens.
By the way, I've just sent you a picture, which is from this video. Not my video, it's a video I watched on YouTube that explains it very well. It's you got basically the picture I just sent you. Check your DMs, Jens.
So, if,
There's three different M's, Jens, in your DMs. And
hmm,
the first two M's are the same character played by two different actors, and then the second two M's are two different people played by the same actor, Dame Judi Dench. Hence the confusion.
yeah, say fucking.
You got your G12 if you want it, Jens. I
Oh
recommend the
well,
video.
you explained it as I said. It was one of them where
I've explained it very well,
yeah,
despite your best attempts at interrupting me.
well as I said, they like fucking did a little soft reboot and they changed them,
What
and
is a
then
soft reboot, Jens? Can you explain to me what a soft reboot is?
it just changing some of the fucking main characters, but not changing
Characters or actors?
well characters. Because when you change the actors,
But
it's
it's the same character. It's not
yeah,
a
but
reboot, is it?
no. But when it's a fucking different character, which the female M is, she's a different M.
Different person.
Yeah, and so it was a little
Exactly.
bit of it, but because
But that's
it
not a
was
reboot.
well,
Just
it was
means you
one
got
of them
replaced
where
with a new
it was
canon.
so minor. It was so minor. People just was like, right, yeah, well, M's female now. Fucking.
Oh, that sounds sketchy. Oh,
Well,
no
it
one
was.
noticed, so
Well,
it
it
doesn't
was.
count.
Well, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, but they liked it.
You never are.
No, they liked it
Go on,
though.
bring up G12, Jens, so the people watching on the re-rubs, obviously there's no cunt here now. Bring up
Doc.
G12, please,
Oh,
Tommy.
well, me fucking. Well, yeah, if it
Oh, you
fucking.
can't, can you? Because you're not in the Streamlabs.
Well, I am, but if the stream
You are in
starts running
Streamlabs. You're
slow
not in
or something,
StreamYards.
yeah, or else it fucking. Because this
Fuck
is the thing,
me. What a
bringing shit
shit
up
show.
and having to StreamYard it and StreamYards, yeah, it can get a bit like, yeah, look,
Fine.
yeah, it's going all fucking robotic then. That's because like I'm loading this shit in.
Oh dear.
I know, that's.
Software issues do not concern me, Captain. I want that ship, not excuses. All right, forget James Bonding. How many people, how
Well,
many
wait there,
actors
I'm on it
have
now.
played
I'm on it
Indiana
now. I've
Jones?
got the fucking thingy up
Oh,
now.
all right, calm down. God, he's a bit tense these days, isn't he, folks? I think DVB got to you the other day.
Oh, no one gets to me. Because I'm so masculine, you know. Um, here we go.
I wish DVB were here.
Well, here's your fucking poster thing.
What?
Well, not your poster. Fucking.
Anyway, how many people? Here we go. There you go.
Yeah. As I said, that's why when fucking these two actors that played the male fucking M, it was like no reboot or out. But as soon as Judy Dench came in, she was like a new M. So it was a soft reboot, and then while she's not the same character, because
I
then
disagree.
no with fucking Pierce Brosnan, it was a soft reboot because she was still saving the original James Bond. But then when she went to Craig David, Daniel Craig,
Judy Dench.
Daniel Craig David, yeah, that was a full
That was a
fucking
reboot.
reboot. That fucking it
Just a
was.
reboot.
Yeah, yeah. Then it was a
No,
total
the word
different
full is
fucking
completely
M.
irrelevant and superfluous to requirement, Jens.
Well, it was a total different M because it was a total different Bond. But there was three M's who was with the original Bond, and then with Judi Dench going to the fucking Daniel
See,
Craig
the fact that M
reboot.
is a code name,
No, but these two M's, the two male M's,
the
were
fact
the
that M is a
same
code
M.
name just adds more
No,
confusion, doesn't it? Because
yeah,
M
but
being a
the two male ones were
yeah.
supposed to be the same M, just different actors, but there was supposed to be the same M. Where Judi
Correct.
Dench was never the male M. She
I mean, the
played the
fact that it's
theme.
called M makes it confusing. Let's say his name was Billy.
No, let's stick to M because the male
Both
M's,
characters
the
are
male
playing the same
M's
person,
are the
Billy, with
same.
Z.
The male M's are the same M's, but the female M is a
Same
different.
character, Billy.
No, she's a different M.
Yes.
She replaced the male M because she talks about how she like
Exactly. She's a different person. It's a
yeah
different
got
actor playing a different
got like yeah
character with the
got like
same
his
code
fucking
name.
job
And you got three
and
things going on.
yeah, well, she talks about how she's got the male M's job and how she's gonna fucking
Right.
make Bond into a better fucking agent and that, or better fucking agent for her anyway.
Right. So same code name, but a different actor playing a different character.
Yeah, yeah. And then she
Yeah.
was the same actress playing a different M when fucking
There you
Craig
go.
David got rebooted, and that was a full-on hard reboot because then it was a different
Correct.
James Bond. Not only a different M, but a different James
So they're all
Bond.
called M, but there's three actors and three different characters. It's a headache, isn't it?
Well, just knowing how the fucking studios work when it came to Bond films, they didn't give a fuck.
I mean, it's good for us because that's explaining this stuff to people. That's what YouTube shows and books are for. That's the whole point. It's confusing, and so if you can offer a pithy explanation, you can make some money, can't you? With a book, like I'm going to, with my forthcoming Is Deckard a Replicant book, which is also going to cover James Bond and Fight Club. Anyway, so going back to Indiana Jones, then, how many people have played Indiana Jones? Harrison Ford, obviously. River Phoenix,
Yeah,
didn't he? River
yeah,
Phoenix played a young Indiana Jones.
yeah. And then probably the stunt dude that was fucking
Oh,
getting.
don't include the stunt. Oh my, fuck me! If you
Yeah.
include the stunt people, that's another. You've just added another 15 James Bonds. You fucking daft cunt.
Oh no, yeah,
Forget,
yeah,
forget
that's
the
the thing.
stunt people, Jens. You're just
Yeah, that's the
making
thing.
it even more complicated.
Yeah, with the
If you're
James
going to
Bond
include the
film.
Spock, going back to how many canonical Spocks, if you're going to include the stunt people,
Whoa.
there's 20 James Bonds and 50
Oh.
Spocks. Fuck the stunt people.
Hey,
This is complicated enough. What
every
about the
James.
TV show, Young Indiana? Look,
Well, I tell you something. Every James Bond film, there was probably about three or
yeah.
four people playing James Bond. Obviously, the actor, and then there would have been
I'm
about
not including the stunt people. I'm trying
yeah.
to
Well,
simplify
I'm
things.
saying
You're overcomplicating, and you're still interrupting. This is
you've got
ridiculous.
about three or four because you'd have like your dudes who'd play James Bond doing the skiing shit. Then you'd have dudes
Oh, fuck
doing
off.
James Bond
I'm not counting
doing
the
like the
stunt
fucking
people, Jens.
flying
And
shit
fuck
and all
off.
that and the rock. Yeah, yeah,
Which
you'd have
part of
different.
fuck off don't you understand? I'm not talking about the stunt
Alright.
people. You're giving me a headache. We're trying to simplify things, not overcomplicate. It's like time travel. I'm trying to simplify things for the people out there. You just make them all. Fuck the stunt people. Just the actors. Just the actors. Okay? Because if you include the TV series, You got young Indiana Jones, and then you got some other actor playing old Indiana Jones, even though Harrison Ford makes a cameo as well.
Yeah.
Then in the movies, you got River Phoenix playing the young
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, in the Last Crusade, wasn't it, number 3?
Correct. So on screen, there's at least 2 actors in the movies and at least 2 in the TV show. So that's 4 if you include the TV show.
Mm. And then fucking Tom Selleck was supposed to be Indiana Jones, but
See, unnecessary complicate yet.
yeah,
Supposed to be. Well,
yeah,
he did a screen test with Sean Young. So
yeah. Well, I
are you
think
saying that Sean Young, who played Rachel in Blade Runner, was going to be Marion Ravenwood in Raiders of the Lost Ark, wasn't she?
I don't know, that's bad. But Tom Selleck, I think, was their
Well,
first choice. There was their first choice, but I think he was doing
he
Magnum
was.
PI or something, and so they
Yeah,
had to
but
like.
the irony was, but the thing is, there was a strike, so he was actually available because he wasn't filming Magnum PI after all because of the strike.
Oh yeah,
So he could have
well,
done it.
yeah, yeah.
Not a lot of
Hindsight in
people
it,
know that.
yeah.
Oh,
Uh, well, there again, though, he could have done a fucking Michael J. Fox where film film Magnum PI in the
travel back in
day.
time,
Yeah.
turned into a Teen Wolf.
No, film
So what about Batman then? Is that a
TV
reboot
in the
every
day.
time they change the actor?
Films at night. No, apart from Christian Bale one,
Really? Why is that one so special?
because that is like a reboot. Because
Okay, but the others are all the same, are they?
yeah, the Michael
Same.
Keaton, George Clooney,
George
uh,
Clooney's the same. Really?
yeah, yeah,
Are you
and
sure?
oh yeah, 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 and fucking what's his name?
What's his face? I'll be your Huckleberry guy.
No, one who played Jim
Yes.
Morrison and that.
Yeah, I'll be your
Oh.
Huckleberry guy. Don't say no when I'm making a correct
Well,
reference.
I don't know who the
You're a real
Huckleberry guy
cunt, you are,
is.
Jens. I was making a valid, clever reference. You just go, no.
Well, I don't
Yes.
know what Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer said, I'll be your Huckleberry in
Yeah,
fucking
well, if you said Val
Tombstone, you damn
Kilmer,
cunt.
if you said, oh,
How
Val
dare you
Kilmer said
say
it, I'd have been, oh,
no when
yeah,
I'm
yeah, he
being
did, but you
clever?
didn't. You said
You're always
Huckleberry
picking on
guy,
my
I don't know.
fucking chips, you are.
What film was that from? It'd be a chick flick.
I just fucking told you, Tombstone, you cunt.
Oh, right. Oh, fucking hell. That was one of them films where fucking, I watched it, but it was a bit boring. And he didn't have much, well,
Doesn't
he
mean
had
it
more of a
doesn't
bit
exist.
part in that.
You're right, it is boring. It's one of the most overrated. People keep going on about how good it is. Apart from the bits with Val Kilmer, I thought it was boring as shit. I agree. But that's an opinion.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, Val Kilmer. All about,
Is it
and that's why
Tombstone? Because there were
well,
two,
that's why
weren't there?
they
There were 2 films
rebooted it.
about the OK Corral.
That's why they rebooted it with Christian Bale because fucking the last one with George Clooney and the bat nipples and all that got fucking slated.
Was shite.
Yeah, well,
Well, I still think American Psycho should be canon as the prequel to Batman Begins. Works for
that,
me.
that's how he's dealing with his.
Yeah,
He's
by
going.
obsessing over business card
Yeah,
details and bad spelling and worse typography.
yeah.
Works for me.
Well,
So, like James Bond, then Batman wasn't rebooted apart from that one time when he was, but the rest of the time it wasn't a reboot. They just changed. That explains why they had the same actor playing Alfred until they changed him as well.
yeah, yeah. Because then with the Christian Bale one, it was Michael Caine who was Alfred.
There you go. But before that, it was that guy.
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. So with Indiana Jones, if they change the actor, that means it's going to be a reboot because obviously the last time Harrison Ford played him, they went all the way to the 60s.
Mm.
So Harrison Ford's not going to be very happy because he's kind of quite. He thinks he's got ownership over Indiana Jones. He's quite attached to him, unlike Han Solo, who doesn't give a fuck about.
All right.
So that's the rumor then that Indiana Jones is going to get a reboot and a replacement. They're going to change the actor and reboot the entire franchise and start again. Maybe they're going to do a whole new version of the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Probably get
Oh,
Rachel Ziegler to play Marion.
well, I reckon if they did do a reboot of the Raiders of the Lost Ark, um, Phoebe Waller-Bridge will be beating up the German dude.
Wallerberg Bridge,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it.
whatever,
Yeah.
down Cleo Lane. I
They
wonder if
did.
she lives down the road from where Jeff Bridge is.
Well, thing is, well, the rumor was though, it, and
Yep, just a rumor,
one
folks.
of the Dumbcock rumors, and it was right because fucking
Oh, you mean a
the
lie?
oh no because people have like fucking said oh yeah that is what they wanted to do where they wanted to fucking reboot it and make Phoebe Waller Bridge the new fucking Indiana Jones where she was gonna go back replacing all the fucking retrieved ancient artifacts back to its original fucking place.
Okay. Oh, I just got speaking you. I just got good news from eBay. All that complaining paid off. I'm going to get a refund
Oh yeah, what on?
on my item that didn't arrive when the tracking lied. And remember, live on air the other day, 3 days ago, the
Oh, oh,
tracking said my book arrived and it lied. So I complained live on
oh,
air. Well,
sort
complaining
of.
in public works.
I was a bit pissed when I was drunk, so.
No shit, Sherlock. You were off your head and very angry as well. It was awesome.
Well, you two was talking shit.
No, it has nothing to do with it. We were very entertaining, you fucking liar. It was you. You were drunk, you were off your head, and you were extra belligerent. It wasn't I re listened to the entire thing. Even I was laughing at my own wit. I was funny. DVB was funny. Ashley Lynn was funny. Jedi Master was funny. You were a fucking awful cunt, you were.
Hey, well, I did the fucking Ashley Lynn theme tune for her anyway. I sent her a message saying I did it for her.
Very good. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
shame Jedi Master didn't come on. Oh well, never mind.
like, can't you DM him, see where he is?
It's your fucking show, you cunt. No, I'm giving him the guilt though. I have DM'd him. I'm just DMing him now, putting, oh well, you're too big for your boots already.
Well, oh, that because it might have been in
He's
the
too
chat.
important. He's basically gone,
No,
fuck
yeah,
you. You're not, Jens isn't popular enough. He doesn't have
yeah,
enough viewers. Fuck him. With his
yeah.
203 subscribers, 229 subscribers, he's too fucking big for his boots now, aren't you, Jedi Master, if you're
Well,
listening on the re-rub?
he's
Mr.
probably
fucking Big Shot.
yeah, he's probably had some advice from other fucking soy tubers not to go anywhere
You read
near.
my mind. I bet
Mm.
exactly. Jill and Scotty have got to him. Quite right.
Well,
Oh, don't go on Jens. Don't
well,
talk to the captain.
not
Oh, I
only
won't
just
play with
yeah,
you anymore.
yeah, not only just Jill and Scotty, but maybe other fucking side cons, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like Stark of Plastic Discount Doomcock. Who's next on my fucking shit list of people I'm going to call out? I know it's actually Canadian Stupid Man's the next one, but we'll have a break. But yeah, I'm trying to give these people a boost because they're so desperate for subs. I mean,
Yeah.
229 subs for Jedi Master. That's not half of what you've got, Jens, but he's too big for you, isn't he? He's too big to come on here.
Well, he looked quite professional though, didn't he?
You look what?
Quite professional. He had the setup.
What? Smoking reefer live on air? Yeah, really fucking
Camera was
professional.
good, and he had his back
Yeah,
sort
so we
of.
could see what kind of heavy indica he was smoking. Fucking hippie.
No, yeah, but he had his like background sort of like set up so he's showing
He
all
was
his
like a discount
memorabilia.
Robber Meyer Burnett with all his toys and his lights and
Yeah.
his
Oh, they
games.
love it though. That's
Although
what
the
the
thing
kids love.
is,
No,
you
but
know what though? Yeah,
I.
do you know what makes me suspicious is when they don't take the toys out the box. That's not a
Yeah.
that's not a geek. That's a fucking tourist. There's a difference between
Collector, innit?
reading comics and collect. You talking over me, mother? No, people that keep the toys in their boxes, fuck those cunts. They're
Yeah.
tourists. They're investors, aren't they?
Yeah,
I
collect.
break up the box, ruin it, and play with the toys. My Batmobile, I might be fucking
Mm.
100 years old, which I am effectively, but my Batmobile's dented, and I threw the box away because I like to play with it because I'm a real fan. Oh, I'm keeping it in the box for resale value. You can't take it with you, you fucking dumb cunt tourists.
Yeah. It's like
People,
these.
people that keep their collectibles in the box make me sick.
Yeah, it's a bit like these people who buy really expensive guitars, a bit like on Spinal Tap, where it's so expensive they don't even play it. He's like, no, 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 no. You can look at it. You can look.
Play it.
Yeah,
Quite so. What's the fucking point?
yeah,
Fucking stamp collectors.
yeah. Hey, you keep
I've been one
ranting
of them,
because I
innit?
need to get a drink.
All right, well, I'm going to segue to a new rant because it was thanks to phony snark of plastic, discount Doomcock himself. I was giving him a listen so he could earn his thumbs down. Everyone listen to Tony Stark of Iron, give him a thumbs down. He hates that shit. He got 7 on the last show. Try blaming me for all 7 of your thumbs down, you fucking useless alcoholic, Tony. Get the hint. It's not just me. It's at least 6 other people that think you're boring, self interested, and constantly fucking drunk. Anyway, it's thanks to Discount Doomcock, who spends most of his show talking about Doomcock and himself. So meta, isn't it, folks? So recursive, so self referential. Spending the bulk of your YouTube live stream talking about your YouTube live stream. That's what happens when you listen to fucking Tony Snark of Plastic. You'll just hear him talking about himself and his show. He spends his show talking about his show. That means that's because he's got no actual content. Anyway, but he did give a shout out to Canadian Stupid Man. I thought, oh, I'd forgotten all about that useless dopey cunt. So I gave a listen to Canadian Stupid Man, and just at the moment I decided to tune in, they were talking about not pop culture, but actual real world science. And he had a character on there called Molecular Arts who was giving some complete bullshit that radiation is good for you and everyone should go on holiday to Chernobyl. This fucking bullshitting wanker, my goodness. I put a tweet out about that nonsense immediately, which, by the way, has got 181 views. Not bad for one of my tweets. Saying
Oh, yeah.
randomly popping into Canadian Stupid Man's show, no clue who this molecular arts guy is. Greek letters, who's in the chat, is absolutely correct. Greek letters said Chernobyl is thriving because thousands of USSR troops cleared it and got cancer. Pripyat City is still radioactive. And this fucking guy, this liar, I started saying he's either a liar or a moron. He sounded quite intelligent, so he's a liar. But this molecular arts guy, as I said in my tweet, is a nuclear radiation apologist, either a moron or a liar. We've all got access to the internet, folks. Just look at Scotty R37. He doesn't need to know what a Dutch angle is or why, because he can look it up on the internet. Quick
Mm.
search confirmed. Chernobyl cleanup workers had significantly increased risk of leukemia, which is what I
Oh,
posted
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Greek
Yeah, I think.
letters was correct, and molecular arts is full of shit.
Yeah, because I
Is he
think it.
working for the nuclear power industry or something?
Yeah,
Is
well,
that
I
your
think.
angle, molecular arts? You lying little fuck. You're getting fact checked right now.
Yeah, I think it's only just recently got to like where the radiation levels at a non-dangerous sort of like fucking level.
Exactly. Quite right. Oh, by the way, I just got 4 responses from Jedi Master. So I haven't read them, but he's obviously feeling guilty.
All right.
4 responses sounds a bit much. I don't want it, Jedi Master. If you're listening to this on the rerun, I don't want to hear your fucking bullshit excuses. You're either going to show up to the end show or you're not. So if you show up, then your channel will continue to grow. If you don't bother showing up, you're too big for your boots. You made the wrong decision, and you've decided not to bother. And that's on you. Anyway, so I'm just going to have to write back. Can't read now. Uh, can't read your messages now as I am live on air, busy
No,
being
I can't.
amazing.
You're amazing.
So you give someone a microphone, a platform, a StreamYard subscription, and 3 listeners, and they think they're fucking Oprah Winfrey, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. There is some that don't get the fucking um, God complex over a fucking few people
Over a
in the chat.
show. But
Oh, oh look,
God,
there we go. Though he's in the chat.
oh, there you go. Get up here quick if you want to
Yeah,
grow
yo.
your channel.
Says yo, I'm cooking faith with family. Out with family, I am. Ah.
Sounds like excuses to me. Well, you obviously don't want
I'm,
to grow your channel there, do you? Anyway, going back to
he's
slagging
having
off
a cookout
molecular
with his
arts
family today. So,
for
but yeah.
lying about radiation, molecular arts on the Canadian Stupid Man show, trying to convince us that nuclear radiation is good for us. What a liar. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, you could have a nuanced debate about the safety of radiation. As he pointed out, it's the amount that counts. We're all radiated by now. Doesn't mean it's good for us. He then
Oh,
said, and I quote, yeah, no, I'm
eh,
still talking. It can wait. He then said, molecular arts then said, only Australia is the only country stupid enough not to have nuclear power. Lie, because we're not exactly drowning in nuclear power plants in New Zealand. I can easily fact check. I don't need to because unlike Scotty, I know stuff. I don't have to look it up on the internet. Number of nuclear power plants in New Zealand, 0. So molecular arts is lying by saying Australia is the only country that doesn't have nuclear power plants. New Zealand hasn't got any and never has. Furthermore, Germany did used to have nuclear power plants, but they shut them all down. They shut them down. Molecular arts, you fucking liar. They just shut down the last 3. So they used to have nuclear power plants in Germany. Now they don't have any. The last 3 have just been shut down. So just off the top of my head, that's 2 more countries that don't have any nuclear power plants. New Zealand, which never did, and Germany, which shut them all down. And if nuclear power is so safe, molecular arts, then why did Germany, who's currently suffering a power generation crisis, shut down its nuclear power plants? Was it for fun? You fucking liar.
yeah, yeah. Well, showing up. Jedi Master says it's a holiday today, which is because it's the 4th of July.
Yeah, we know it's the 4th of July. It was our colony, you fucking dumb cunt.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
for
well,
goodness
yeah.
sake. I know
Well,
it's a holiday.
well, he's gone. He's
Start
gone.
of Iron is broadcasting because it's the 4th of July. That's why I thought you'd want to come up to celebrate. If you want to
Well,
grow your channel, broadcasting on the 4th of July is the way to do it. Anyway, you have fun with your family. Don't worry about it.
yeah, but does he want to speak to 2 redcoats on 4th of
Quite
July?
right. Well, I'm part American, so I'm mixed on this. Anyway, it's a fake revolution. It was a civil war, as I pointed out to one of the people basically broadcasting and boasting about the 4th of July and shaking off the shackles of the British. What language are you using to tweet that in? English, motherfucker. It's still the same country. Don't pretend otherwise. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, United States, it's all the same country. Just the parliament system, it's just details. We all speak English, same country. God, really jumping around. We're jumping around topics from what's canon in Indiana Jones to James Bond to Batman to is nuclear power safe? No, not really. Why is molecular arts lying?
Well, it
And
is
now a
safe, nuclear
reminder that the
power.
4th of July is a holiday.
Yeah.
Although, as someone else pointed out, celebrating the
Nu-
4th of July is like celebrating your birthday at the point of inception. I mean, you didn't actually become a proper country until you won the war. That was in 1783, wasn't it? So you can declare independence all you like. It took you another 6 years to get rid of us, didn't it? If not 7.
I don't mind
And
them
then we
upon
came back
their
in 1812
special
and
day.
burnt down the Grey House. That's why it's the White House, because we burnt it down, so you have to recreate it, make it white.
Hey, well, talk about nuclear power. Nuclear power is safe, but you need to
Tell that to
fucking.
3 Mile Island and Chernobyl.
No, that's because the fucking didn't look after the power station, did they? They over fucking heated.
Yeah, and that made it unsafe because they had a
Exactly.
meltdown.
Yeah. But I'm
Literally.
saying, yeah. If
Yeah,
you
it's
fucking
safe
know,
until it's unsafe,
no, if you know what you're doing with nuclear power and that, then it's safe as fuck.
which they obviously didn't in Chernobyl or
No,
3 Mile
no.
Island.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit like dynamite. Dynamite's safe as fuck if you know what you're doing with it. It's
Well,
people
it's
that don't
designed
know
to
what.
blow people up. That's hardly a good example. Do you know the only reason the Nobel Peace Prize exists is because Alfred Nobel invented dynamite. Someone thought he died, and so the very much alive Alfred Nobel read his own obituary saying, there goes the cunt that invented dynamite and killed a bunch of people." And
Yeah,
that's
but
why he came up with the Peace Prize to make himself feel better about inventing dynamite.
all I'm saying though is it's like one of those dangerous components like electricity. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then you're
Yeah.
probably gonna get fucking electrocuted. But if you do know what the fuck you're doing, you be safe as fuck.
Funny you should say that because Thomas Edison would electrocute elephants to try and prove that Thomas Edison's electricity was unsafe. What a cunt, eh?
Yeah,
But the thing is with dynamite, it was meant to blow people up.
yeah. No.
But no,
Uh,
we're also radiated. Well, there's nuclear power, which is meant to be safe, and there's nuclear bombs, which are designed to be unsafe. And the thing is, the entire planet is so irradiated. There's now, well, according to my own tweet, the capitalist free market always provides the answers. Our planet's air is so irradiated that modern steel is relatively weak. There's a market for pre-nuclear era shipwrecks because their
yeah, be
steel is
Chinese steel.
demonstrably strong. He's talking over
Probably
me again, Tony.
Chinese steel.
Well, that's
Chinese
got
steel
nothing to do
shit.
with whether it's nuclear or not, Jens.
Alright. Well, say, they won't let you fucking use Chinese steel on any building or structure. Because you seen it? Tofu fucking city. It's like the metal bars, these metal rods that they're using, they're like made out of plastic nearly.
Plastic. What, they use
Yeah.
those in the nuclear power plants? Do they?
Oh, I hope they don't because we're having a lot of fucking buildings fucking going down.
So like asbestos, isn't it? Or thalidomide. Oh, that's safe too, isn't it? Remember
Well,
we had a nuclear meltdown in the UK as well. Windscale. The main government solution was renaming Windscale to Sellafield. Next, they're going to be renaming radiation to magic moonbeams.
yeah, when you said rescale, I didn't know what you was all about.
Windscale.
What?
Windscale.
Oh yeah, when you said wind scale, I didn't know what you was all about. But then when you said
Well,
the
it's called Sellafield now. I thought you're old
yeah,
enough to
yeah,
remember.
yeah, that's what when you said Sellafield, though. Oh yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah. Well, it was called Windscale
Well,
until it
that
had
was
a
fucking in
nuclear
the
meltdown.
eighties because
Yep.
I must have been about 10 or something when that happened.
Yeah, your parents probably didn't want you to watch the news because it was too depressing. Mind you, in the mid 80s, we're all worried about nuclear war, let alone nuclear power. Well, 3 Mile Island, that was definitely before your time then, because that was the late 70s.
All right, well,
I mean, nuclear power is not exactly pop culture, but anyway. But the point is that It was on Canadian Stupid Man's show, and it was a load of bullshit. And I'm calling it out because I don't care about opinions. I don't care about opinions at all. Everyone's opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. But facts, you start bullshitting about facts, molecular arts, I'll have you. I'll call you out, which I've just done.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say power cuts in the 70s. I remember because I was only about 4, and I thought my fucking nana hadn't paid the fucking Lecky bill.
Blaming your nana.
Well, no, well, the, there was no electricity on and that, and so I was like, "Have you paid the bills, Nana?" Because like I was at that age where my nana used to always like be talking, "Oh, we have to pay the bills, or the fucking electric gets cut off, or the water." So I thought she got the lecky cut off because she hadn't paid the bills, but no, it was just because Labour fucking got in and fucking
Fucked up the
just
power supply.
yeah, just fucking spent all the money, so no one wanted to go to fucking work. The bins weren't getting fucking emptied and all, but I didn't.
That's true. Yeah, the bins weren't getting emptied, and they took away milk. They called it was
Oh yeah,
Thatcher that got the blame, but it was
yeah, been that Labour fucking government starting it. Yeah, you're cutting out there a bit, Captain.
but that's enough about politics. But going back to the Canadian Stupid Man show, after Molecular Arts left, there was PVP, Pleasant Valley Picker, and then Jill showed up. This has nothing to do with nuclear power. Well, they did start talking about general physics, and then they started talking about biology. And it's amazing. You can ask PVP any question about science, pop culture. He'll turn any topic within one sentence to basically perving over Jill. And indeed,
Oh,
yes,
DVP. Fuck.
no, not DVB,
Oh,
PVP,
all right.
Pleasant Valley Picker.
Right, yeah, yeah. Now it makes sense. That's DVB. Why did he change his name to fucking somewhat close to PVB? Fucking
I know it's very confusing, isn't it? That's why I
yeah,
said Pleasant Valley Picker to avoid any comedy
yeah,
confusion.
yeah. Well, when you shortened it, and because, like I said, I'm a little bit tired, so my hearing was. I thought, fucking hell, DVB.
Well, I
No,
would
because
call him
well.
boring Canadian alcoholic, but you might confuse him with Spidey Orange and Scotty R37. In fact, there's a
Yeah,
bit of a
yeah,
theme, isn't there? This
yeah.
was
That's
actually on
gonna,
Canada Day.
yeah, that's gonna
So anyway, so
describe a lot
Spidey
of
asked
people, including
PVP.
me.
Oh, sorry, I'll say that again. Spidey asked Pleasant Valley Picker his views on science, and Pleasant Valley Picker immediately said biology and perving over Jill. You can ask
Oh, he's
a
going for
drunk
it.
Pleasant Valley Picker literally anything, and he'll contrive the answer to perving over Jill. I was getting a
Yeah,
lot of.
well,
It was accidentally funny, like a lot of these shows. It was funny without trying to. It was always when they're trying to be funny, they're not, and when they're trying to be serious, they're hilarious. And
yeah. Well, if
Pleasant
Scotty's
Valley
not
Picker's
taking his
biggest beef,
chance,
he's always well, he must know that she's not really married. And in fact, funny enough, Jill started talking about she go, oh yeah, I'm celebrating a wedding anniversary, but my husband might not show up to celebrate. I was like, oh yeah, someone's overcorrected,
oh
fucking bastard.
yeah, 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 yeah. We've heard that one
Mm.
before, Jill.
Yep,
How about you
very
tell us?
suspicious.
Yeah, how about you tell us when your husband is going to show up so we can see him on camera?
Right. Or at least on microphone. Exactly. Quite right. So
No,
I
no,
think
because no. You could easily go and tape some fucking dude she knows to say, "I love you, Jill." You know what I mean?
well, make the effort. Yeah, probably get Scotty and then go through a voice changer. Or indeed
No, we're
Pleasant
still
Valley Picker.
no.
And
If you want,
we all know Scotty's in love with Jill, but Pleasant Valley Picker, he's got the hots for Jill, something chronic. When he gets pissed out of his head, meaning drunk, folks, when he gets drunk on air, oh, it's hilarious. It is accidentally hilarious. He's got two modes, belligerent and horny. He's belligerent with all the guys, and he's horny for Jill. It's the man's a mess. It's hilarious. Pleasant Valley Picker, you're a clown, pal.
No, he's just fucking using the internet for his fucking benefits, isn't he? He wants to talk
Yeah,
shit
friends with
to
benefits,
dudes.
that's what he wants.
Yeah, he wants to talk shit to dudes and hopefully get some tit pics sent by bands.
That's exactly it. He wants to talk shit to dudes and get topless pics off Jill. Well, Scotty hasn't managed to get that far after 3 years, so I don't think anyone else is.
Ah, well, Scotty Inc. Why would a woman send a picture of a naked body to Scotty when all Scotty's gonna do is wish he had a body like that? Not wish he had a body like that near him. Wish he had a body like that he was fucking wearing.
For him.
Yeah, for him.
I wish that was me, said
Yeah.
Scotty yesterday.
Put the cream on. Put the
You're
cream.
not wrong, Ian.
Rub the
You're right.
cream into the skin. Anyone who
That's pretty
fucking
hilarious. And the last bit of hilarity, someone in the chat was talking about censorship in the country that they live in, and then Canadian Spider Man, Canadian Stupid Man, and Jill were both going, "Oh, that's very sad. Oh, censorship." I was thinking, you fucking hypocrites. Spidey and
yeah.
Jill crying crocodile tears over lack of freedom of speech. Yet the same two people, Canadian Stupid Man and antidepressant Jill, in case you don't know, preemptively blocked me from their chat for no reason. That's the important bit. For no reason. They just decided, no, this guy's too funny. Fuck
Well,
him.
probably was
Block.
a reason of you being a cunt, but that's still not a
No,
good
but
enough
they
reason.
think, no, 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 no. That's the point. I'm a cunt and I'll admit to it. But the point is that I was good in their chat, so I wasn't
Oh yeah,
a
actually,
cunt.
yeah,
Very important to point this out. Now that's the kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
bullshit
yeah.
that people like.
I forgot. You was trying to ass creep a little bit, hoping they'd
I
give you an
can't win either
opportunity.
being a cunt or an arse creep. I was just trying to be nice. I got preemptively blocked for no reason by anti-disestablishmentarianism Jill and Canadian Stupid Man. Now, if they owned that shit and said, yeah, we like to block people, anyone smarter than us, we're not going to allow them in the chat, let
Anyone
alone on the
talks to
panel.
power.
Yeah, telling truth to power. But these fucking hypocrites overcompensating by crying fake crocodile tears when someone talks about censorship in their chat. Utter fucking hypocrites. I'm calling them out too. Canadian Stupid Man and anti-disestablishmentarianism, Jill. You're both communists, is what you are. You're big fans of fucking Big Joe Stalin, and there's nothing you like better than silencing voices that you don't agree with because we're funnier and smarter than you.
Yeah. Well, as I say, they won't fucking want anyone on their channel who they can't control. They
Quite.
communists. It's that fucking hey, know your fucking rank and number, and it's fucking underneath my rank and number.
Yep, you are number 6. Well, I've watched The Prisoner, and I ain't playing that game. I will not be filed, stamped, bent, folded, or mutilated, or whatever the quote is. I should
Well,
know it by
depends.
now.
Yeah,
I'm not a
depends.
number, Jill. I'm a free man. I was born on the
Well, that's
wrong
no
side of the
good.
Berlin Wall, literally. So I don't have to put up with this shit. I fight against it.
Jill, Jill isn't really into free men, is she? Because you can tell what sort of dude she hangs around with. Scotty
Yeah,
being
soy
one.
nerd bitches.
Yeah. Have you noticed the
Easily
men?
controlled pale fuckwits with bad teeth.
Yeah.
Hey, Scotty.
The men who she likes to hang around with are
Are not
more.
men.
Oh yeah, boys who fucking can't fucking
Get it up.
defend themselves. Yeah, so they need women.
Pretty much. Yeah, simps and weirdos like Spidey and Pleasant Valley Picker and Scotty. And that's why I'm calling them all out for the liars and hypocrites that they are.
Yeah,
Although,
but that
again,
is
Scotty has still kept me unblocked all week. He even responded to one of my tweets today or last
no.
week, yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
You haven't
Well, he said, I'm
replied to
pleasantly
any
surprised
man.
you responded. Bit snarky, but it's better than nothing. But as Jens pointed out, that's a bit of a low bar, isn't it? Well done, Scotty, for unblocking me. You've reached the minimum Minimum level to become a human and arguably an American. You tolerate freedom of speech. Well done, Scotty.
Yeah.
But you see, he gets rewarded because I've not suddenly bombed his Twitter feed with snark. Although I did post the poster for Scott to the Fuhrer, but that's a compliment, isn't it? It's making him famous.
Well, I'll tell you something. It could be he's wanting you back because maybe that's why him and Jill are getting on. Because maybe he's arguing for you to be let back on.
Well,
And
you know
Jill's
they
like, no.
disagree about new Star Trek. Jill hates it and calls it the filth,
Mm.
and yet Scotty quite enjoyed Picard season 3,
Yeah, fucking. Hey,
even though
Scotty,
Picard is a reference.
Scotty enjoys She-Hulk season 1. So,
That's
fucking.
true. Boy
Yeah.
Hulk,
What?
there is that.
It's like anyone who fucking says they like Spice Girls, watch She-Hulk, and there's always
Well, I like
fucking.
Sporty. Sorry,
They like
what?
listening to the music,
Spice
even
up
though.
your life.
Yeah, but say even though you do, but.
I do prefer
And
the
you
Spice
complain
Girls
about
to
ABBA.
Oasis and ABBA.
Yeah. Well,
Do you think
anyway,
Mamma Mia is a James Bond film?
it is. You can't.
That's
It,
canon.
yeah, you can't
I tell you what,
fucking.
if they put Dame Judy Dench in it, it would be, wouldn't it? She'd be him.
Yeah, yeah,
Boney him.
yeah. I'm gonna thingy like do a
Why
cut.
didn't they put Dame Judy Dench into Mamma Mia? That would have been perfect.
Well, I can because I'll just cut a like
Instead of
fucking
slumming it with Meryl Streep.
yeah. I'll cut a 10-second clip of M talking about Bond going on a mission, and then you'll see Pierce Brosnan like
Splice it into Mamma Mia.
yeah. Then you see Pierce Brosnan
Yeah,
on the
make sure you
fucking
get the
beach.
right Judy Dench as M, the Pierce Brosnan one, not the Craig David.
No,
Quite right. Doomcock's friend, Cameron Pasha.
no.
Have you heard of Cameron Pasha? Do you know who? Okay, he's a mate of Doomcock's. He's
Oh, wait,
yeah,
wait,
yeah,
there is it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Is he that sort
yeah.
of like bald-headed Asian dude that's always talking about fucking how he was like robbed and that?
That's a big continent, but yes,
Right, yeah, I
that's
think I
him.
know what you mean now.
That's
Then,
the
yeah.
man. That's him, officer. Right, right. Well, Cameron Pasha apparently. All right, and do you know? Have you heard of Rod Thunderheart? I mean, he's not famous, but he's in the Communitar.
Nah. Oh, not really.
Okay, well, Rod Thunderheart.
Yeah.
Well, Rod Thunderheart has written a softcore pornography book called Transparent Love, available now. Buy it.
Fuck.
And he's apparently paying. Well, I haven't read it, but that's anyway. But he's paying Cameron Pasha to review it, and then you say Rod Thunderheart was saying, well, he's going to review it. He might try and get it made. And then Jill's going, but what if they attitude? And I
Yeah,
was
well,
thinking, he's not even reviewed it yet. Jill's already worrying about the film adaptations. Like, okay,
I'm gonna be
let's not get
shit.
too ahead of ourselves, guys. I don't think it's going to get that
No.
far.
Yeah,
I think
no,
Cameron Pasha's just going to take the money and run.
no one in that. I don't think that fucking Cameron Passion Dumb could write any fucking half anything decent because he's always complaining. When I've seen him, how like he was fucking getting his way in there, and then like everything went shit and that. But I was like, oh, I don't think he'd have done it out good. I think he was like one of them who was like shit, and so he didn't have nothing to sell out.
If you can't sell your script, just become another complainer on YouTube, in other words.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Pretty
that's
much.
that's what Soy Nerd Rotic's like and that because fucking
Yep.
once
Although he's now got a story coming out on Rippersend, hasn't he?
no it's sort of
Yeah.
like no it's a book
Yeah.
but yeah
Soy Nerd Rotic has got his own biography.
yeah biography so it's not
Or
from
something.
selling crack to licking fucking God, from selling crack to pushing fucking Miles Morales shat.
Pretty much. It's the
Yeah.
YouTube equivalent of Crackers.
Yeah, Gary was acting. It was fucking his bestseller. So yeah.
And don't forget Az, Heels versus Babyface. He's going to be in the compilation, along
Oh,
with
they're a
Tristan
bunch of
Gunter
fucking
from Soy.
nobodies. Honestly, that's what happens when you hang around with soy-nerd bitches. They're all soy-nerd bitches. None of them's got a fucking any fucking ideas. Never mind fucking anything
Probably
good.
not.
Oh, well, you saw what fucking thing he did, didn't you? Fucking Dillard. Yeah, they
Mighty
fucking
Morphin Golden Shower, available soon.
yeah. There was sort of like a bunch of fucking idiots that, with all that publicity, all he had to do was get an half decent idea, which Yellow Piss Flash couldn't do, and then some half decent drawing, which Dillard couldn't do.
I'll reserve full commentary until the book comes out. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not that stupid, but I'm sure someone will and put it on screen.
Oh, I bet you there's a
As you
lot.
say, as you've already told us, Jens, it's going to be out very soon, isn't it? August. This. I mean, it is now July as we speak.
Yeah,
So only a few more weeks, right, Jens? And Yellow Flush, Mighty
well,
Morphin Golden Patriot ripoff is going to be out.
well, I reckon this after the fucking closing out campaign closes out, and that's on the
Yeah.
25th or something. So I reckon this time next month, so it'll be like a week, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, yes.
25th of July is a Friday, so that's
Well,
yeah.
yeah, it's
Fucking
3 weeks today.
yeah.
So yeah,
If it's Friday where you are, Saturday here, obviously. There you go.
they should be getting them delivered, and in 7 weeks' time, that's when, if it hasn't been delivered, that's when I'm like, fucking, what is going on? What is, because if them people, I don't think they will. As I say, Ripper Send prides itself on getting it shipped out to you as quick as possible, because that's their fucking company. They're like fucking DL fucking H or DLS or whatever, fucking the delivery service.
DHL?
DHL, that's it. So
DHSS, more like.
and so fucking
They're not creative, but they do have a warehouse. That's what they're
yeah,
famous for. We've
yeah,
got a
and
warehouse.
so
We're going to use it.
yeah, and so if they don't
Or
get
whorehouse, one
their
of the two.
deliveries to the people within a month, people are gonna complain, saying, what's taking so long?
So that's their unique selling point, is it? Our books are shit, but they're on time.
Exactamundo. Because they can't do good books. And if you can't do good books, then you better make sure the shit books aren't late. Because that's going to make you
No,
like,
they went for quick, on time, overpriced, overly expensive, poorly written, badly drawn books. Shit quality,
mm,
very expensive, not worth it, but delivered vaguely on time. That's their
yeah,
attitude.
as I say, it's like fast food.
Yeah, one of them in it, like pizza.
Yeah. Well, you're not expecting it
It's
to be,
shite, but it's on. It's basically thick crust, bad dough. It's basically a cheese sandwich with a stale tomato on it, but it is delivered on time in
yeah,
a
yeah,
timely manner.
yeah. It's, it's one of them where fast food,
It's like Pizza Hut, but without the quality.
well, yeah, in fact, it's fast food. You're going in there knowing that what you're gonna get usually isn't gonna be anything fucking great, because
Nutritious or delicious.
yeah, because it's fast food. It's fucking there quick and so you don't have to wait that long. Where if you want a nice
It's
fucking
like a McBurger, isn't it? Just
well, if you want a nice meal,
cut out the middleman, just chuck it straight down the toilet.
yeah, well, if you want a nice meal at a nice restaurant, you're gonna have to wait a bit because the chef isn't gonna serve anything that they don't fucking go through that quality check, as in the know this is the best that I can do. Because there's
So
a
the
lot
concept
of
is basically McBurger, where I'm more of a fine dining restaurant experience.
well, even Van Scarver's like a fine dining, as in like you're waiting ages and that.
Yeah,
But
you've died of starvation by the
yeah,
time it's fucking done anything.
yeah. You're dying of starvation. That maybe you've gone out round to the chippies and bought a fucking bag of chips and something to keep you
While you're
fucking
waiting.
yeah, it's whilst waiting. But you know, when he serves it up to you, he is fucking serving you the best he can serve. Or the
It's
best.
4 years late, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. And that's sort of like with fine
Maybe
dining.
it's a glorified Ponzi scheme, but you'll get, well, yeah, assuming that, because Rainbow the Brute, when's that coming out? Ever?
Well, I think it'll probably be next year. Well, as I say, he hasn't got the fucking writers. He's got a lot of good artists. He's got a lot of good artists and some half decent writers, but he hasn't got.
He has been, I saw a retweet, he has been claiming that he's a good writer, but we can all claim things, can't we?
Well, he is a good writer, but he isn't a great writer.
No,
As in,
he's a shit writer.
no,
Yeah.
no, he's a good writer. He's a good writer,
Is
but
it? Where's your evidence?
the Cyber Frog.
Is that well written, is it? Can you quote a good bit of writing from Cyberfrog?
Well, yeah, it's like fucking. It's mainly action because it's just Cyberfrog beating up a bunch of fucking bees and that shit.
Oh, well,
Well,
that is good writing, isn't it? A frog beating up a bee.
hey,
Brilliant. Oh, William
hey,
Shakespeare must be trembling.
action is or a
Very
picture
definition
paints a
of good
thousand
writing.
words. A picture paints 1,000 words. So you know what I mean. The action is set telling the story.
So
But
basically, Silent, but you want Accident Man with fucking dialogue cut out. That's a good movie.
yeah, I want to say I'm not more information, but yeah, he has got some pretty good sort of like storyline in it, as in like he knows how to. But not great because he doesn't know how to fucking end storylines. He's one of them. He's real good at keeping the storyline going, but when it comes to ending a storyline, I don't think he
Like
has much.
Lost, like David Lindelof and J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Well, there's an art
No
form.
ending.
There's an art
Like
form
Game of
to it.
Thrones, like George R. R. Martin. No ending.
Yeah. Well, like, he probably did have an ending, but when he sold the rights, it was like, well, you're not going to do an ending because our ending's going to be really shit and soy, and we don't want you doing an ending better than ours because then people won't buy the DVD.
Well, it's been 13 years, and so far, no Winds of Winter, let alone Shite of Spring. He's not even finished the penultimate book, let alone the final one.
Well, I say, fucking.
13 years, Jens. That's even worse than frickin' Rainbow Brutes.
Yeah, but he didn't have to finish
Still one
it,
of them,
and
innit?
he sold the rights to it, didn't he? And so they made a fucking
Oh, that's
series.
bullshit. He's got nothing. In fact, I don't even think he's with us anymore. I think he's passed on and they're covering it up. That's my theory.
Now I think his ending was gonna be really good, but there was
Of course
like
it
no
was.
shit. Well, I think his ending was gonna be really good because.
Well, we'll never find out. It's just never
well,
coming out.
yeah,
13
well you can't.
years, there's nothing.
Well, you can't do any worse than what the fucking series ended on.
Well, at least it had an ending. It was a shit ending, but at least it had an ending. The books don't have an ending. They're missing the last two books. Ridiculous.
But as I say, I think he's under contract to be like, don't you fucking release your fucking interpretation of the ending because it's going to be better than ours because fucking
Bullshit.
their one was shit.
How many years since the TV show ended? 5?
They've been bought out though, and it's like if I
He's got
fucking
nothing. He's too busy on his fucking train set, isn't he?
it's like if I said
Sorting
to
coding
you,
for strippers' tits isn't conducive to getting your deadlines met, allegedly.
well, it's like if I said to you, oh yeah, don't talk about fucking time travel no more
The one
because
thing he got right was time travel. Well, he went closed loop. Hold the door. Hold door. Closed loop, isn't it? One of them.
well, I'm saying you not to talk about time travel enough. You would not talk about time travel, so they paid
I'm
him enough.
hard to buy. Yeah, I'd want a million
Well,
up front in cash before I'd even consider your offer, Jens.
yeah, well maybe you won't then, but George Martin
No,
did.
I want to get paid, but no, it's bullshit. I just think he's out of ideas, he's out of motivation, and he's effectively dead, if not literally dead. There is no George R. Martin. Well, he's alive enough to take on other projects. Well, you can theorise all you like. The point is, it's been 13 years and still no Winds of Winter. He's a fat, useless cunt, and that's that. Lazy motherfucker, basically taking a massive dump on the audience that made him rich and famous. What a fucking wanker. I don't care. I don't read his books, but I do have empathy for all those people. All those millions of fans, Jens, waiting for
Mm.
Winds of Winter. Never going to
Oh
happen.
wow. Well, it was too
13
much.
years!
It was too much, wasn't it? It was a bit like fucking having like people fucking on you, like looking at every fucking move you make and that and sort of thing. And
Every
so,
breath you take.
yeah. And
All
so,
right, right. Blame the fact. Yeah, that's that circular argument, isn't it? Blaming the fan. Oh,
no,
he's
no, no.
delaying
Let
it
me
because you're
finish. Let me
pressurising him.
finish. Let
No,
me finish. Let me finish.
that's
No.
what she said.
So,
All right, I'll put the kettle on.
all the fans had on him and that, which got him too much heat, which then the fucking powers that be was like, oh shit, you could write a story that fucking could inspire the world, so we'll buy it off you and we'll write a right shit ending.
Indeed. What you said, quite right. I agree.
Yeah, I think he got bought off because like fucking he was told like, look, our ending's gonna be really shit, but we want everyone to fucking have a bad taste in their mouth from fucking
The
Game of
burgers.
Thrones. Yeah. And so, for them to have a real foul taste in their mouth, George R. R. Martin can't release a fucking end fucking chapter that fucking everyone loves.
Do you think he'll ever release Winds of Winter, Jens?
No.
Me neither.
As I say, I think he's been bought off. He's been told, look, don't you ever release it, or if you do release it, you're gonna have to make it shitter than our fucking effort. And that's too fucking much of an insult, isn't it? It's like no, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's got too much money to get bought off. I reject your theory
How do you
completely,
think he
but you
got
are
money?
far to
How
say you're
how do
right.
you think he got that money?
By selling the other Game of Thrones books and the rights to the TV show, you dumb cunt.
Yeah, exactly. He sold the rights, and so now they've got the rights, and so they was like, right, so part of the fucking deal is you don't release a
Yeah, no,
fucking.
didn't. I didn't say he sold the rights. Anyway,
Well, the
whatever.
com-
You
well,
can have your own cockamamie theories. It's your channel.
yeah, well,
I just
fucking.
think
It
he's
makes
a
more
lazy
sense than
fucking cunt,
fucking.
and he's got no imagination, and if he couldn't come up with an ending for Game of Thrones if you paid him to do it, let alone pay him not to do it.
I think he had one, but It
Two
got too
things you're never going to
popular.
see: Winds of Winter and Rainbow the Brute. Never coming out.
Now, Rainbow the Brute is going to be coming out.
Well, you say it is, and I say it isn't. It's never coming out.
No, I'll put money on that one.
Yeah, how much?
50 quid.
Really? And when's it going to come out?
Well,
Been 4 years
I said,
already.
yeah, well, I said it's coming out probably next year, but if it ain't next year, it might be the year after or the year after that. But it's definitely coming out because he's got half the pages writ. It's just that he's got no storyline, and so he knows it's going to be shit. So he's a George R. Martin where he needs to come up with a better fucking idea for this Rainbow the Brute. Because the thing with Rainbow the Brute was, it was one of even.
Well, I look forward to it coming out. I look forward to being completely shocked.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this explains why it's fucking late. Even Van Scarver came up with this idea
No
of
such thing as a valid excuse, folks.
Well, do you want to hear why it's not coming out, and that's why, or do you just want to complain like a bitch all the time that it's not coming out?
I want to interrupt all the time, or it's not. Yeah, option 2, please.
Well, anyway,
They
yeah,
can't show up.
yeah. Well, one did, but he was on holiday.
Yeah, well,
He was having a cookout with
showing
his
up on
family.
channel, I mean.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
one person in the chat. Well done.
even Van Scarver, he fucking came up with this idea,
Yeah.
but he never fucking knew what the fucking storyline was. All he knew was the idea was good. And then because he didn't have a storyline, and he's not coming to people like me who fucking can write him fucking good storylines. He's just sitting on
You
it.
should finish it, Jens.
I would do. I'll fucking super chat him next time. I'll say, oh, Rainbow the Brute's late.
One of
Let
them,
me
innit?
write it for you, you fucking useless cunt.
There you go, you daft bastard.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? You should do it. Ah.
Well,
Rainbow the Brute by Jens. I'll buy that for $1.
well, I'd have to be a fucking. Even if I writ fucking 90% of that book, I'd still have to be a fucking like shadow writer or whatever, you know.
Ghostwriter.
Yeah, ghost writer or something. Yeah.
As opposed
Well,
to Ghost Rider.
well, yeah. well, what what was the thingy though? Beef you had with fucking discount Doomcock.
He keeps blaming me for all his dislike thumbs down. He got 7 thumbs down on his last stream. I keep telling you. I fucking told you, Tony. I've only got 1 to give.
Yeah, 7. Was it his fucking karaoke
7.
stream? Is that karaoke?
They're all blurring into one, but I think no, it was the one before the talkie stream. But he did do a
Right.
karaoke one as well.
Yeah,
But
I saw the
think it was the talking
karaoke.
one. But like I say,
I was going to
the
listen to
karaoke's
it.
bad enough, but when he's talking self-referential,
Yeah.
meta recursive bollocks nonsense.
Oh, but he's, as I say, he's a bit of fucking narcissist and that, isn't he? Like well, he
Yeah,
was.
the thing I don't mind a narcissist if they've earned it, but he's a narcissist that's got nothing to say. I mean, he's also he's talking about Doomcock in vague ways. It's almost like there's a mixed message. Like he's talking about Doomcock, but he's almost admitting he's a discount Doomcock, and there's no point his being part of Doomcock because he's doing his own discount Doomcock thing over here. Basically, I think Doomcock has washed his hands of Tony because he's such a discount.
Well,
He's a mini me.
yeah, well, if you're trying to steal fucking Dumbcock's fucking viewers, and if he's fucking streaming when Dumbcock's streaming and that, and if he's using
He normally goes
Dumbcock's,
after
yeah, yeah,
as
he
a
goes after.
template for what to do.
Yeah. Maybe fucking Dumbcock doesn't want people to be associated with discount Dumbcock.
I
But
think
yes,
basically Doomcock's caught onto what Discount's doing, and Discount Doomcock's trying to play it off like leaving and they're parting is his idea. That's what reading between the lines. I think that's what's happening. Just a theory and a fervent prayer.
yeah,
But
well,
my suggestion is that Tony needs to have me and probably you on to talk about time travel. It's the only way you're going to get any decent content, Discount. But he won't
can't
listen.
can't
Well, he
do it.
does listen, but he pretends not to.
Yeah, well, he
He's
can't do it.
listening right now, aren't you, Tony?
Well, he can't
Little
do it
ring rub.
because he's too much of a narcissist, isn't he? Like,
Yep,
because
he is.
when
That's why he's stolen my material as well as Doomcock's act and life, because he's too
mm,
much of a narcissist to admit
Stone's
that he's too
Dummcock's like,
useless to come up with his own material. That's why he steals material rather than buying it.
no, yeah, no,
He's
he
called
hasn't
out
stolen,
by
no,
me.
no, to be fair to him, he hasn't stole fucking Dummcock's life, he stole Tony Stark's life.
True, but without the millionaire lifestyle, the cars, the penthouse suite, the pepper pots, the supermodels,
Yeah, yeah,
the sex.
yeah, he just stole the name.
Just the name, but yeah. But yeah, apart from that,
That's a
he's the
start.
fitter for
Yeah, but that's
the actual Tony Stark, isn't he?
yeah. Hey, no, but that's how you fucking do predictional fucking wishing or whatever it is, isn't it? I'm surprised he hasn't got one of
It's
them.
like single white female, but without the sex appeal. In what way are you like billionaire Tony Stark? Well, my name's Tony. Well done, Tony, you big fucking genius.
He might have one of them goatee beards. You never know.
All right, his name's Tony. He's got a, well, not the last picture I saw. He refuses to go on camera. He even boasts about it. Oh, no, I've got a good face for radio. Well, then you're not Tony
Oh,
Stark, then are you? Because he's handsome.
yeah. Well, at least he knows his limitations. So give him that. At least he fucking on
Oh,
screen
no, I think
think
he's all right, but
no, but there's some ugly cunts that go on
I mean,
screen and
insecure
don't think they're
narcissist is a
ugly.
bit of a weird combo, isn't it?
No, but there's some right like as
Like,
that ugly bastard. If I was him, I'll
well,
just.
there you go. He's brave enough to. That's the
No,
face
he's
God
stupid
gave him.
enough
So well
not
done
to
to him.
know his fat melted face fucking is not appealing.
No, I'll
Even
tell you what
probably
you
people
see
who
in him
like
is
him.
shouting about fucking pronouns and going on about how he fucking ran away from home.
Fucking
I don't want to hear that shit.
pronouns!
Just another YouTuber with deep-rooted anger issues. Oh, Kelsa approves. Anyway,
Pronouns!
that's 2 hours. Goodbye, everyone.
Fucking pronouns! Why do I have to put fucking pronouns in the game? Because you're playing it. If you don't want to fucking play it, turn it off.
See, just
Right?
getting that angry live on air is not useful, is it?
No. Was that it then? You
Anyway,
had
that's
enough?
our 2 hours, Jens.
Right, you had your fill.
I've done my rant.
Right.
I've had me fill. Yeah, you know the standard. 2 hours unless DVB shows up, which he hasn't. So
Yeah, well, he's
we'll
not
call
because
it
it's
a day.
fucking
So I'll
rare
call it a
lately.
day.
I mean, he's probably just about woken up or something.
Yeah,
But anyway, well, thanks to
fucking one of them, isn't it? But that's
yeah,
great. Yeah,
thanks to
I had a great
Captain
time.
for watching and being on, and
Yep,
thanks to
good
Jedi
fun. Good fun.
Master for like watching.
Subs.
Well, I don't know, like fucking, I ain't seen his any of
Not with
his.
that attitude.
Well, until I'm on his show and that shit, like you can like
Yeah,
fucking
the Blade
got
Runner
money,
is very
yeah,
good.
yeah, but that's because he's
Apparently.
fucking.
Maybe Total Recall. You and him should have a big ding dong about Total Recall because he thinks it's
Oh,
in play.
well, you reminded me. That was another reason why I can't really promote his channel because he don't really know about fucking
He doesn't understand
Total Recall. Yeah, but
Oh, you got him there.
yeah,
Right. On that note,
right,
cheers for having us on.
yeah. Give me
Ciao.
on, Captain. Yeah. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll do the stream next Tuesday and that.